1 or Day of Wrath. Now, this is, oh, by the way, and this is also episode 1, not episode 0 like we got last week, which was like, oh, hey, look, episode 0, it's the prologue, which I was talking to a good dozen people about episode 0, and these are the people that actually played, apparently, the visual novel that this is based off of, and were very angered for the fact that this is apparently a story that you can only get after, like, a decent way into the game, and don't know why it was thrown into the way it was as a first episode. So, I agree with that. I think that as a prologue, it was very ridiculous to start off like that, but, you know, I had hopes that I saw some cool stuff about the prologue still that I thought maybe the first episode might be good of, you know, Day of Wrath. Maybe. No. That's a short answer. I'm not feeling the show. Now, I want you guys to know, I'm not going to just stop reviewing it. I don't want to do that by any means. I do have plans to review the rest of it. Maybe next week I might have a little delay because of the fact that I think I have something to do on Friday next week. I'm not 100% sure. It might be Thursday I have something to do, but I might be delayed next week. But regardless, passing that point, you know, I don't plan on just quitting on the show. This is probably one of the shows that, because I know this was one of the shows that was heavily requested for me to review, and, you know, there was other shows that I'm trying to get caught up with, and the problem is that because of last week, which obviously you guys know was very busy, you know, it's a little bit hard to play catch up with a lot of these reviews, so I'm struggling a little bit. So if you don't see one of the ones that you know, that won the poll, I apologize for that. That's my fault, but I also did kind of put in a warning that at any time I could have an issue that would cause those not to come out, and lo and behold, this is one of those issues. But besides that, you know, I don't want to say that you know, one thing with me, okay, let's just back this up a little because I feel like I'm getting a little off track with this. One thing with me when it comes to any anime show in general is that the first episode has to be what hooks you and the audience into watching it. It has to be what causes you to be intrigued by something, to be like, oh, this looks great animation-wise, or this looks good, interesting story-wise, or maybe there's going to be something that I would like about the show. Dies Irae, you know, when we first start with the first episode, and I'm not talking about the prologue, I mean like legit the first episode, we are introduced to Ren, who is your typical high school student, looks like, with some atypical features. We have him being, you know, first starting off in a fight with his best friend apparently, and that caused some frictions with both of them. We also see that his kind of living situation is very interesting, where he lives aside two people, one of them being apparently quote-unquote gone, and the other one being a girl who basically loves to barge in and cook for him, etc., which already kind of gives me that like Shuffle vibe of maybe she's a psycho secretly and she's going to kill him or go yandere mode on him. We also meet another one of his friends who is another older student who likes him a lot, who I think is actually pretty cute. She's the one that's kind of like almost I want to say tsundere, but she's almost a kudere more than else. But I think she's going to be one of the more cuter characters and more interesting characters of the show. But you know, in terms of that, then we also see a possible murder. We see the appearance of what most likely is some of the beings from the OVA, or it's not OVA, but the prologue story, and that's how we end the episode. You know, we learn a little bit about Ren having these kind of weird things with knives. It looks like he probably doesn't like knives, maybe something with his past. We see him interacting with odd dreams, etc. It's the same issue I had with the episode 0, that it's all over the place, and I don't think that the story will be anything good if they keep doing this style, because I feel like they try to introduce too much in one episode, and I wonder if that's only because there's only going to be 11 episodes of the show, as I found out. If that's the case, then most likely that's why they're trying to rush around with the show, but I just feel like they could have done a lot of different things with episode 1. I feel like they could have almost gone through split into 2 episodes, and, you know, had it where you see some of the other characters being introduced, or you see some of the other concepts being introduced in episode 2. But I don't know. I really would love to know, what do you guys think in the comments below? Do you like the show so far? What are your thoughts? As I said, I'm not going to quit the show. I'm not going to do that unless something, you know, happens where I can't review this anymore. And of course, I will tell you guys about that. But, you know, it's just right now I'm not feeling it, to be honest with you. I put it on Twitter, just me saying that too as well, and I really have no affinity for the show yet so far. I mean, with a season of great stuff that we've already had, like Ilyushiki, for example, just one of the ones off the top of my Kino's Journey, which I just reviewed a couple moments ago, which you could check out, by the way. Episode 2 came out episode 2 review came out probably like 20 minutes or 30 minutes ago. So go check that out if you haven't already. But, you know, comparison to those, this show is not going to be that good, I think, in my mind. And that's a little disheartening, because I was looking forward to this show. But we'll see what happens. You know, episode 1, there's been plenty of episode 1s out there that have not been that great, and lo and behold, the show gets amazing at some point or another, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys and girls, I will talk to you later. As always, if you like this review, please think about subscribing to the channel, sharing the video around, liking it, checking out my Patreon for various awards, etc. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a beautiful, blessed day, everyone. God bless you all. Bye-bye, everyone.